morning, good morning, good morning. So here I am, Y. Woods Harris, day 3 at the hospital with my husband. But I am determined that I will at least get a few minutes of video to talk to you about grief. Grief comes in so many different ways, and we talked about the purpose of this channel is to really talk about how we overcome, how we persevere, how God continues to bless us even in our darkest hour. And as I was reading today, the scripture that talks about Jesus is the light in darkness, I began to realize that how important it is that we keep our eyes on Him, keep our eyes on that light, no matter how dark it is. And this is the way that we get through the day. My book, Redeeming Grace, Look How Far God Has Brought Us, really hit us this morning as we went through several different scenarios of not being able to get lab work, not being able to get the blood IV started. And my husband said, I don't want to ask why. I don't want to ask why. But sometimes I get to that point where I just want God to answer me. And I thought about that. In our stages of grief, we hear so many people with so many different ideas about not asking God why, not uh, doubting Him. And then I was explaining to my husband that the psalmist, if you will look at some of the readings that we look at day in and day out, the psalmist talks about how he is feeling when God seems to have left him. So I believe that in all of the things that we do, we continue to move forward. This morning, as the nurse was finishing up her shift, and she said, let us set some goals for today, for this day. And I was just baffled, and I was thinking of different things, physical things. And she said, let's just put stronger. So, grief, sometimes you just have to look for stronger. You can't set specific goals, numerical goals. You just look for stronger. So I hope that if in the things that we are doing daily, and I just felt like having this opportunity to share in the chapel again as a way to deal with this grief that we're going through. It's a situational grief when you wake up and all of a sudden you're in the hospital. But I said to the prayer group today, let me share with you what really happened. On 1 6 a.m., I was down in the ER, which is down on our lowest floor of the hospital, in so much despair. And then on this morning, I am up on the 5th floor with so much hope. So to move from despair to hope and know that you are moving forward and God is continuing to manifest His healing is the best way that I can describe grief for us today. Yes, we are who we are. And yes, we do have times when things seem so difficult. But I am just going to say to each one of you all at Wise Grief Community Channel, be stronger today. Be stronger because you already know that you are in the strength, not of yourself, not of what you do, but in the strength that God gives you because He says it in His Word. Grief, sometimes it just seems like it's down as low as it can go. And then God will do something and lift you up out of that pit. And that's how we deal with grief. Look how far God has brought us. I ask you to watch, look, comment, and also to subscribe if you've not have not been a part of Wise Grief Community Channel. We want to grow in the Word and we want to share in the Word. So have a wonderful day. It is what it is, but God is in charge of all that it is. Have this time to just reflect on what goodness you have been in on this day.